There is a strong relationship with grief, insomnia, and mental health. And today I'm going to show you a simple routine that I've created in order to invite in sleep while grieving. I've developed this using the power of breath, of positive self-talk, and of regulation. The goal of this is to give yourself permission to invite in sleep. I'm Joe McRogers, and I support grief through this YouTube channel and through my private therapy practice. So welcome back. And if you're new here, know that my goal for us in this Grievolution community is to do grief differently. So please like and subscribe and join in. This video is a follow-up to my last video explaining why grief hits so hard at nighttime, and I'll link that video to the end of this one. Research says people who are bereaved are more likely to suffer from what's called middle insomnia. And just as it sounds, this means difficulty going back to sleep after waking up in the middle of the night. Thoughts of our loved ones might keep us from falling asleep in the first place, and then once we're asleep, we may have trouble sleeping through the night due to nightmares, due to dreaming about the person that we've loved and lost, due to a hypervigilant state about sounds, or there may be physical aches and pains that don't let us rest. Personally, I've experienced all of the above: trouble getting to sleep, awakening in the middle of the night, and early morning awakening. My experience, that was the hardest, was the early morning awakening. That was the most challenging because then I walked into every day from this place of shock and trauma. Sleep and grief have what's called a bi-directional relationship. Each one negatively influences the other one. Those of us who have sleep complaints during times of bereavement are more likely to develop what's termed as complicated grief. So in other words, grief not only disrupts our sleep, but poor sleep then can make our grieving process even harder. What I'm going to demonstrate next is a routine that I ask you to experiment with. Please bring an open mind and an intention to receive rest. I'm going to ask you to do it with the lights out, or certainly low, no screens or stimuli in the bedroom. Do this after a glass of water or after some nourishment, because a dehydrated or undernourished body will not rest. Use this routine when you are ready for bed. It should be the last thing that you do before you put your head on the pillow. It has a meditative effect in the repetition of the statements. I want you to find your own, but the statements that I use are, I am safe and I can rest. These statements remind ourselves that in the moment we are safe, and it can challenge or undo the need for the hypervigilance that grief brings. On the inhale, I am safe, and on the exhale, I can rest. It's good to make this repetition 3 times over on each of the spots. So first, find the spot where your ear just touches your skull, and then lightly massage in a circular way as you say to yourself, I am safe, I can rest. And imagine doing that for a pattern of 3 times. And if you're able to, try to synchronize the inhales with I am safe and the exhales with I can rest. Next, move to massaging the rim of your ear with the same breath and the same words. And start at the top of your ear, at the very top, and then the middle, and then the bottom. Earrings might get in the way. But as you massage each place, the idea is to pull your ear away from your skull. Imagine that you say, I am safe, I can rest. I am safe, I can rest. I am safe, I can rest. And then return to the top, work your way down, and do that again 3 times. Next, you're going to repeat the same words with the inhale, exhale, just touching the skin behind your ear. So if you start at the top, you're going to pull up and tell yourself, I am safe, I can rest. And then in the middle of the ear, you're going to pull backwards. I am safe. I can rest. At the bottom of the ear, you're going to pull the skin down. I am safe. I can rest. This one you can do at the same time to pull up and back and then down if you wish, or you can do one ear and then the next ear. And then after you've done that, leave your ears alone and say the statements and use your breath work only for 3 times. I am safe. I can rest. I am safe. I can rest. And then head on pillow and eyes closed. Remember that this is not meant to hurt. This is light touch. This is an activation of acupressure points. This is an activation of your vagus nerve that is going to meet that need to feel vigilant about being safe and to meet that need of a heightened awareness around you. Now, this exercise or ritual may seem a little too far out there for some of you, and I appreciate that. But know, please, that you don't have to believe in this for it to work. There is some science-based input to this routine, and then there is my own personal input. I've been experimenting with this, and I've trialed it, and I really want to know in the comments below if you're going to try this, or please, after several nights in a row that you've tried it, come back to the comments and let us all know if it has brought you the invitation to sleep, if it has made any difference to your end of day routine. And the other thing that I really want input in, please, is what do we call this? I have no idea what to call this. So in your grief and in your quest for some restorative sleep, I send you kind thoughts, kind words, and a kind heart. Please like and share this video if you found it helpful so that YouTube will know to widely make it available to all of the sleep-deprived grievers seeking help. Be sure to subscribe also when I explore next the shock and trauma that often happens in the mornings of waking up into our grief. Thank you and take good care.